Okay, up next, we have Jackie Goldman, who is a Providence resident and a member of the Executive Committee of Providence DSA. Jackie.
We stand here in solidarity with Palestine, and we're here to demand the end to an apartheid state. Yeah. Unfortunately, across Jewish spaces, you see people trying to reframe this situation that we need to defend Israel on the grounds that not doing so is anti-Semitic. I agree, complete bullshit. I think, and I'm here to stand as a Jewish person and explain why we need to stand for anti-Zionism and demand an end to the apartheid state. I grew up going to a Jewish day school for 7 years. I went to synagogue every single weekend, and I went to 11 years of Jewish summer camps, and to this day, I still study Jewish text. And honestly, those philosophies are what ground a lot of my social justice work. Time and time again, I come back to the words tzedek, tzedek tirdof, which means justice, justice you should pursue. Now, if you hold these values, then you also cannot be a Zionist, because justice is not expelling hundreds of thousands of people from their home. Justice is not restricting citizenship on the basis of faith. Justice is not limiting the freedom of movement. Justice is not the murder of innocent men, women, and children and labeling them as terrorists. Justice is not the dispossession of land and advancing violent settler colonialism. What we can see is what's happening in Palestine is not justice. This is oppression, murder, and goes against every single value that I was taught in a Jewish space. I am so tired of people saying things like, Ve'ahavta le'erecha kamocha, which means love your brother, love your neighbor as your own, and then turning around and trying to justify these atrocities. They called this Zionism, they call it the necessary protection of the Jewish people, but it is oppression, and we all know that oppression, for some, reinforces the oppression for everyone else.
That's right, yeah.
Not only am I here as a Jewish person, but also as a socialist, which means I see the power of every single one of us to be able to do something. We need the solidarity of everyday working people because we cannot wait for our legislators to take action.
That's right.
We need to listen to the demands made by the Palestinian people among us. They're calling for BDS. We must support BDS. We must stop the flow of money and weapons into Israel. And we must stand in solidarity. Now, I want to take a second and talk specifically to the other members of the Jewish community in the audience. We have to unlearn all of the Zionist propaganda that we've been told over the years. We have to talk to our friends and family who have not yet decided to stand with us and have those hard conversations. They're not easy, but they are necessary. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Another round of applause for a wonderful speaker.